Whoa, oh, oh. Da, 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 oh, oh.
Hi everyone, welcome to the holiday season. So I thought I would do a holiday art tutorial today. If this is your first time stopping by, I'm Reese. I'm planning on doing these holiday related art projects 2 times a week for Christmas, and I will have a couple of free downloads on my Patreon website. Today will be the first download for you to use as a transfer if you like. I also decided to make this video slightly into a modified vlogmas. It's not necessarily a vlog, but I am going to just share a few of my holiday going-ons, and I got a advent calendar that is made up of just teas, which I thought was a nice way to celebrate and enjoy the advent calendar. I've never had an advent calendar before, but I thought I would join in on so many other my friends that are also doing that. I decorated my tree. Lots of fun things going on. So getting started on this little painting. So I picked up these small cards. It's a brown cardstock paper and it's pretty sturdy, so I thought I would give a shot at doing a gouache. I created a basic illustration in my other journal, just sketching out ideas, and came up with this little candle motif, and that's what I thought I would draw on this little card. Now this little card can be given away as an actual just small tiny card to someone, or you can make it into a tag for your Christmas gift, which that's what I'm going to be doing with this one. So I will be sharing this image free on my Patreon site if you just want to pop over there, and you can grab the original drawing that I did, and you might have to modify it a little bit to make it look like this. You might have to adjust the size, but it's a similar image. And I will also be sharing a photograph of my finished artwork here, so you can choose to trace that as well, and that's what the purpose of those images are. They are provided there as a downloadable gift to you for free. You can either utilize graphite transfer paper or just make your own transfer using tracing paper, which I've shown here before. You can either transfer that into your regular journal, or if you bullet journal, you can transfer this little holiday image into that journal as well. In the description down below, I will provide the details of the colors that I used. They're basically just primary colors, and they are all gouache. I decided to use 100% gouache because I was a little concerned. I was concerned about the paper not being able to handle too much water, so I was trying to be very, very conservative in my use of too much water in this little painting. So as I'm sharing with you now, I'm putting down the initial layers, the initial colors that I want to use, and I will build upon those colors. Now you do not have to go as far as I go with these illustrations. You can just apply a couple of coats and put an outline and call it good. It depends on how much time you want to spend on these little illustrations. For me, I tend to like a lot of detail, so that's what I'm going to be showing here. That's just my particular style, my particular illustrative style, that is. So I first started to paint the candle, and I only applied more concentrated white to the center of the candle. And then I tried to make it basically have volume by fading it out on the ends. And then I also used a little bit of yellow to highlight the edges of the candle, because a candle is somewhat translucent. It creates a yellow glow throughout the candle, especially at the very top where the light is glowing down into the candle itself. And then the glow of the candle is reflecting throughout the room and then reflecting back onto the candle itself as it bounces off different surfaces. So that's just another detail that you can either choose to do or not to do. Now when it comes to a flame often has multiple colors in it. So I started off where, especially since my glow is yellow, I wanted my flame to look like a variation of reds and yellows and oranges to create a more realistic looking flame. So that's what I'm doing here. And as you paint, it's always good to try to work in different spots unless you are trying to blend, because you don't want your colors to start blending where you don't want them to blend. So if a color has not dried, you might want to give it a few minutes so that it does not try to mingle with the other color. So I try to rotate throughout my image. So for example, you see my leaves have their initial colors on it, but I'm letting them dry by working on different areas. I'm applying a second coat to my yellow glow so that it has more of a pronounced color to it. But I do like to have a little bit of variation in the colors. It makes the glow seem more real. Now you can either switch over to a much smaller brush, or if you're using a small tapered brush like this one, you can try to use just the tip of the brush. Then I decided to go back and add a few little exterior accents around the glow. Again, this is just my own personal touch. So now I'm going back into my leaves with a darker color. This allows the leaves to look more three-dimensional. It creates shadows and an illusion of an edge and the leaves coming forward or the leaves receding backwards. Even spots underneath the berries, I am also creating some shading to make the berries pop forward. And I usually just go back and forth and play with different layers of color, just trying to create an interest in my leaf shapes. But again, this is all subjective. Now I just hit that candle one last time with a bright red flame in the very center. Now I'm going back in and trying to also create a little dimension for those little berries. I had initially put down the red color, and now I'm just going back in and adding some highlights, and I again create a lot of different variations to again create the illusion of form. And then I'm just hitting it with a little small highlight. I think we're getting really close now. Now I'm just trying to create more of a boundary, and this is more typical when you're doing illustrations, is to create outlines that define and enhance a shape or a form. But I'm choosing colors that are fairly close, where it will make the image pop, but it's not a full-on black. I could use a colored pencil, or I could use my micron, but I just decided to use some paints that are a little darker to enhance those edges. And then I used my micron to actually sign my little artwork, because if you're giving this to someone, you're still giving a little piece of artwork to whomever you're giving your gift to. So they might actually hold on to it over the years and remember that you gave them this gift and it's actually signed. So you can actually choose to sign your little gift card and then just write your note inside, and that way they also have that as a memento as well. So that's pretty much what the finished card is going to look like. But I'm going to go ahead and punch a hole to make my spot where I can add a bit of thread so I can attach my gift card. And then I have this beautiful candy cane striped thread that I thought I would use. Yeah, spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But this is my favorite holiday. It's a chance to start over new. 'Cause I missed you, so I'm letting go of everything but you. These are the good times with you. And then I just tied it. I evened out the thread so that it was even on both sides, so I didn't waste any thread, but I made it long enough that it was easy to tie on to a bag if I chose, or you can of course tape it onto something. And I went ahead and tied a double knot so that it held the card in one spot. And that's pretty much it. So I hope you liked today's video. I hope that you found it entertaining. I hope that it was definitely instructive and helpful. And I hope it will give you an opportunity to create your own little candle gift card if you so choose. Like I said, pop on over to my Patreon and you can download that free image. So if you like today's video, please hit like and subscribe, and you can also hit the bell, the notification bell, so that you will be notified of future videos. I'm going to try to make 2 holiday type of videos every week during the month of December, which is a modified sort of vlogmas for me. I work full time, so it's impossible to do a daily vlogmas, but I wanted to up it a little bit and to at least provide you with some of these fun little art projects to do to celebrate your holidays. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season, and I hope you are well. Till next time, bye.